What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back again with yet another movie. And the name of this movie is What If Naruto Was Raised by Kushina and Had a Stable Life. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And yeah, there's one more thing that I would like to address before we continue. The thing is that a lot of you people have been suggesting in the comments that I make Naruto into Shadow of Eminence, or the protagonist of that show, Sid I think it was called. The thing is that I haven't watched the show, or rather I didn't watch the anime, correction, and neither did I read manga because I forgot to renew my subscription for the Crunchyroll, and I can't watch it. And I don't have the time to do so. So I was hoping that some of you who have watched the show can kindly give me a rundown of the powers that Sid possessed, so that we can do something by giving those powers to Naruto while staying inside Naruto universe without any other crossover from the characters. And yeah, we can go along with the story. It can be neglected, betrayed, or something according to that role. And yeah, it'll be fun to do that story. What do you guys think? Do let me know in the comment section. And some of you guys, especially Spidey, have been asking me a lot to make another, Naruto x Percy Jackson crossover. So do let me know what you guys think about that as well. And yeah, to be honest, I'm quite tired with those, but if you guys want me to, I will make them. No pressure. I mean, yeah, I can make them if I want to. It's just that I'm being lazy because it's quite hard for me to remember the names of the said, beings most of the time. And as most people corrected me in the past, I don't know how to say or pronounce the names correctly as well. So no disrespect there. Anyways, if you have any other idea, just comment down below as well, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Now enough said, without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. Our story begins on October 10th in Konohagakure no Sato. It was nighttime and everything was peacefully going on as usual until everything went down to hell as the huge visage of the Kyuubi no Yoko was seen on the outer skirts of the village. The shinobis dashed towards the outer gates immediately, as on their instincts, even though telling them to run the other direction to defend their home. And so was the older generation arriving there as well, as fast as they could, while the civilians were being evacuated with the help of the Ganins at the time. As this was going on, only one question arose. What went wrong? Everything was supposed to be going smoothly with their current Hokage, Minato Namikaze, and his wife, the current Jinchuriki, or ex-Jinchuriki, because the Biju was free now. As now we go towards the other side, where we see Minato fighting off a masked person who was supposedly Madara Uchiha, and the one person who was behind the said attack. As Minato with his attacks of Harishin and Rasengan combined was able to cause a lot of damage to him, as both of them were panting heavily, because so far enough most of Minato's attacks were dodged by him or evaded. You did good, Minato. You did quite good, but you forgot about one thing. As Minato's eyes narrowed as he didn't say anything until he heard a huge roar from behind, as his eyes widened in horror as he looked behind to see that the Kyuubi no Yoko was there. He was so engrossed in his battle that he didn't sense it or see it or even heard it. What? What have you done? Done what is needed to be done. I have freed the Kyuubi. Put it under Genjutsu. Now it is up to you, Minato. Decide. Go after me or save your village. As Minato gritted his teeth, knowing fully well that he has to go and save his village. But there's one more thing you need to realize. Your wife. She is still not found, is she? As Minato's eyes widened, as instantly, knowing what he had to do, he disappeared. As now we go towards another undisclosed location, as we see Kushina limpingly walking towards somewhat akin to a safe house. As Minato arrived there, Kushina, you're here. Come, let me take you inside. As now we see Minato picked up Kushina, as he guided her inside, where both of their children laid, Menma and Naruto. As Kushina hugged both of her sons, as Minato looked at her and then at her children. Kushina, I'm sorry, but you know what we have to do. Do it. Do what is needed to be done, Minato. But I will be there with you. But Kushina, before anything could be said, Kushina grabbed a box nearby, which had pills in it, These were chakra pills and soldier pills that Kushina swallowed down, as huge amount of boost occurred within her as she was standing on her feet yet again. Listen, Minato, I know that this won't last long, and we have to do what we have to do, and we gotta do it fast. So what seal are we going to use, Minato? Tell me. I was planning on using Hakai Fui. No, I have found another seal. 10 pentagram seal. 10? But wasn't it 8? I developed this seal because I knew that you were going to use Hakai Fui if anything went wrong. And that is a death sentence. Much worse than that, even. Because you'll be selling your soul off to Shinigami, and I wouldn't even have that on my enemies, let alone on my husband. I had to come up with something. Now quit talking, Minato. We have to do this. We have to save a village. As now we see, both of them picked up each their son as they disappeared in Ascension. Arriving at the battlefield front lines, we see them preparing an altar as Minato left Kushina to do that with a clone while he went and summoned Gamabunta. Kid, what the hell is wrong with you? I was enjoying a huge amount of sake. Not the time, boss. You see that? What the hell? QB? How did it even get here? That I can explain later. We have to stop it. Kid, that is a Biju, and the strongest fucking one out there. What do you want me to do? Please just slow it down the best you can. Leave rest to us. Alright, kid. I'll try my best. But no promises. As with that said, Minato thanked Bunta as Bunta unsheathed his katana dashed towards the fox. Oi, why don't you fight someone of your own size, you stupid fox? As the QB roared and charged towards the huge toad. As the battle between huge titans commenced, we see that the shinobis were now allied with toads and helping them out as the best they could. And amongst them was Hiruzen Sarutobi, the Sandaime Hokage, who now arrived, taking the chance of a moment towards both Minato and Kushina. What the hell went wrong, Kushina? Minato? And what the hell are you doing here with your kids? Everything went down the drain. A person claiming to be Madara attacked us. He freed the QB and caused it under a genjutsu. That is why it's acting up. Genjutsu? Minato, we have to break it through it. That won't help. The QB is just gonna continue its rampage. We have to seal it away. Seal it away? You don't mean? Said Hiruzen, his eyes widened. We have no other choice, GD, said Kushina. We have to do what we have to do. As the 10 pentagram seals were prepared. As the sealing process was about to begin, QB, now free from its genjutsu, was more enraged. That pesky bastard. What makes you think that I will be able to go down again like that? Be his puppet. I will destroy him and destroy anyone who stands in my way. But before QB could expand or go any further, we see that its gaze fell upon Minato and what was going to happen as his eyes narrowed. No, not again. As he went to attack Minato and the other kids, but unfortunately was stopped by Bunta. But the damage was done as Kushina screamed no as she held on to her baby boy Naruto, who was next to her, as both her husband and Naruto's twin Menma perished as they were pierced straight throughout the chest. And even Menma, who was born today, was killed, as Kushina, even though somewhat broken and hurt, had to seal away the Biju, as he used the 10 pentagram seal, and even swallowing more pills of chakra and soldier pills. She used all excessive chakra to seal away the Biju once and for all. As the Biju was absorbed inside Naruto's seal, Kushina slumped down, panting heavily, as her tears were in her eyes, as she looked towards both her dead son and her dead husband, while Naruto cried in her arms. As Hiruzen picked up Naruto, we need medics here now! As the medics arrived as fast as they could, as they checked that both of the Hokage and their son was dead. Unfortunately, the Hokage-sama and the boy is dead. Kushina-sama, you need medical attendance. What's the point? Iji? They're dead. Naruto is still here. He needs you, Kushina. Please, you have to be here. We all are your family, aren't we? Please, Kushina, you have to fight through this. As Kushina, looking at her son that was crying, and opened its eyes while quieting down somewhat, and grabbed her finger tightly with his little hand, got the strength all she needed, as she nodded at the doctors as they got to her, and took her in at the emergency unit to attend to her, while Hiruzen, now holding on to Naruto, was standing there, watching the scene with sadness. The outer skirts was mostly demolished and destroyed by the Kyuubi's rampage, but they were able to save a lot of it, a lot of the village. But at what cost? A cost of a family and some of the greatest shinobis as well. As Hiruzen was just reminiscing this, Danzo placed a hand on his shoulder. What happened here is quite sad, to Minato and the family, and the other shinobis as well, Hiruzen. But we need to have a meeting. The people are scared. The council needs answers so that they could calm up the people. We need to tell them what has happened and the complete truth. As Hiruzen looked towards Fugaku, who, understanding that there was Sharingan visibly displayed there, nodded to him. I have trust in my people. I know that they are not the ones behind this. Whoever it is trying to frame Uchihas, I know we will all find it together. As Shikaku then said, we agree with Fugaku. We stand with him. We know that the Uchihas won't do this. Whoever it is, we will make him pay, Hokage-sama. As finding somewhat strength, we see that. Now, Hiruzen agreed to this, as the hat was handed over to him as he put it up on his head, showing that he was now back as the third Hokage and the acting Hokage of Konoha. As back at the council chamber while Kushina was being attended to, we see that Kakashi was now holding on to Naruto and he was still at hospital while Hiruzen was sitting in the Hokage office. This meeting is in session. Hokage-sama, what happened to Kushina? Said Mabuki Haruno, as she was the head of the civilian council, as she then asked the question for everyone's sake. She told us everything will be fine, but how? A masked person, claiming to be Madara Uchiha, Minato told me before his death arrived. And that is how everything went down the drain. Only Kushina will reveal what has happened, but from what I can tell, he threatened them by kidnapping and taking hostage one of their kids, and Kushina willingly agreed to go with him, knowing fully well that she will be saved by Minato. But before he could do anything, he was able to rip out the biju from her seal, as if he knew the keys and the codes to crack it. This looks like an attack that was planned far long enough. Maybe what if it is Madara, because the seal exists from his time. The same seal that Mito-sama used on herself, said Homura. Could be true, said Danzo, but there is no way that Madara would have survived Hashirama-sama's attack, because I know damn well that Hashirama-sama killed him at the Valley of the End, and that is where he rests. We never went back to recover body, Danzo, said Homura, as Koharu nodded as well, as now everyone was worried and afraid. Even if it is Madara, we will bring him to justice. We can't let this slide, Hokage-sama. We have to fight as one, with the will of power and will of fire. We will bring it down, whatever it is. As Shikaku said, unifying everyone, as Hiruzen nodded as well. So what should we do now? For now, we rebuild, Danzo, said Hiruzen. We rebuild and let Kushina rest, and hopefully, in the future we'll track down him after we recovered, and then we'll bring him to justice. Hiruzen is right. We need to look at the bigger picture here. And we need to plan for the funerals as well, said Koharu. Yes, the funerals as well, because a lot of shinobis have fallen. Some of the civilians as well. And our Hokage, the current Kage, has as well. As everyone gasped from the civilian side, as the shinobis looked down in sorrow because they were there when their friend was perished at the hands of Kyuubi. Not only him, his young son Menma as well. Right? His name was Menma, right? That is what I heard from Kushina, said Tizumi Inuzuka. You're right, Tizumi. It was Menma. And only Naruto, their other twin, is alive. And he is the Jinchuriki, because Kushina used a lot of her strength to seal the biju within her son, with the help of a more advanced seal of the current seal that was on her. Then that is fine. We need the family to be back at their full strength. So for that we all will support her. The civilians will support her and her child. We vow to protect their secret and their secrecy. We as the Shinobi Council as well We as the elder and I as the Hokage, said Hiruzen, and the elders as well, agreed to this because they knew the family had sacrificed a lot for them in a single night, more, the, more than they could ever repay to them. As Kushina's eyes opened on the other side, her face was hit with the sun rays, as she got up to find herself in the hospital room, and next to her was a crib in which laid her son, as she had a smile on her face when she saw her baby boy, as she picked him even up, as the baby boy smiled and snuggled in his sleep next to her, as she smiled, but then she remembered what happened, as tears welled up in her eyes, and while hugging Naruto, she shed silent tears of happiness and gratitude that at least she was able to save some part of her family, and sadness, majorly, that she has lost so much in a single night. As that is when we see the door was opened, and there stood at the entrance none other than Hiruzen Sarutobi. Kushina, how have you been? What do you think, Gigi? I lost my family, most of it. I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now. Sad, lost, somewhat happy and grateful that at least I have someone that is here, she said, hugging Naruto tightly close to her. That is why I've called her back. Who? Her. As Tsunade entered inside the room. As Kushina was shocked. Tsunade-sama. I know what happened, Kushina. And as your cousin and family member and the older person, I think it is best if we should leave this place for the time being. What? But I can't. Where we will go? I have a base set up in the cornfield country, nearby Kumo, and that's a peaceful place where we can settle down and raise Naruto away from the eyes of people. Naruto will grow up just fine there. You don't have to worry about anything. We'll teach him the shinobi basics and train him step by step. And while this goes on, I know that he will prosper. Are you really sure about this? I mean, this is the only home that I know after I lost Shiogakure. It's alright, Kushina. You have done a lot. Your family has done a lot. And I think you do need a lot of long vacation so that you can recover and rebuild yourself. And be a nice mother to Naruto without the worries of the world. So go there. Konoha will fund you and your vacation. You don't have to worry about anything. And Senju's as well, because we have a lot of fortune left. As Hiruzen nodded, and then it was decided that she will leave. But before she could, back at home, Kushina packed a lot of stuff and a picture of her husband and herself, and they married, with tears in her eyes, as she placed it in the bag that she was going to carry. And that is when she heard a knock on the door. She then made a clone to watch over Naruto and pack stuff while she went to open the door. As there stood none other than her best friends, Mebuki Haruno, Mikoto Uchiha, and none other than Tsumi Inizuka. As the three of the older women went inside, and soon followed them was Hitomi Hyuga, as all of them were now seated down. As Mikoto was the one who broke the silence. Kushi-chan, are you sure about this? Leaving the village right after the funeral? Well, it was Tsunade-sama's decision, and Gigi also wanted me to leave, thinking that it might be best for me and Naruto to not be here, and we should be away from all the burden, so I can raise him right and maybe heal myself. Whatever that means. I think it is for the good, Kushina. You and your pop needs a lot of rest after what you have done. No matter how much we try to repay, we can't even repay what your family has done for us all. Because of you, our families are safe. As Hitomi Hyuga, the cold-ass woman, didn't say anything, just got up and went near Kushina and gave a tight hug. If you ever need anything, Kushina, you know where we are. And we'll always be there for you and help you out. Remember? As Mibuki said as well, yeah, we always will be there for you, Kushi-chan. As Kushina was just grateful to have such friends. And after that, they spent some time chatting and reminiscing of what might be and what might not be if the whole family was alive. And what would have happened if they were the ones who lost their family instead of Kushina. As after that we see, somewhat cheering up Kushina, they all departed. And the funeral was soon after held at the sunset, as everyone was there, even Jiraiya watching this from afar with tear in his eye. He lost the only thing that was closest to his son that day. Minato, I promise you this much. I will protect your son, the one that remains here. I won't let your family ever be targeted, said Hiruzen, as well as Jiraiya, separately thinking on their own with narrowed eyes, knowing fully well that they had to protect the legacy of their fallen Hokage and their student. As now we see Kushina, finally after the funeral, bidding farewell to everyone, left with Tsunade. And it took them more than 2 months to go near Kumo, which was quite far away, as they finally settled down after buying an apartment. As there, Kushina, with a sigh, began her new life. As time began to pass by, we see that 8 years passed by, as Kushina was seen in the kitchen now of her apartment in the cornfield country, as she was cooking breakfast, as Tsunade got up, as she was still somewhat drunk and had a headache. Shizune, where the hell is this girl? Oh, Shizune went to the market to get some stuff for me. What's cooking? Said Tsunade. Oh, your favorite. But where is Naruto? I don't see him. I called him a lot, but he didn't came downstairs, and that is when we see Naruto dashed from the main door inside, as in his hand were a lot of berries that he has picked up from nearby. Look, Kachan, I got a lot of berries. As Kushina's eyes widened, so did Tsunade, who chuckled. Looks like the brat is already going on around and doing his own little adventures. As Kushina, although the protective parent as she was, looked at Naruto with a somewhat angry mock glare. Naruto, you better tell me where you go, young man, before leaving. I promise, Kachan, but I always seem to forget whenever I leave. That is what I'm trying to tell you. You have to tell me before you go anywhere. As Naruto pouted, but he was an adventurous spirit like his father and mother combined. So, he had to go where he had to go. As Naruto then somewhat looked like he was happy on his own, and then his eyes widened as he then said, Kachan, I'm gonna take these berries and go to my room. I hope you don't mind, okay? Yes, Naruto, I don't mind. Why, are you gonna eat them? Yeah, I'm gonna eat them. Seems like you're not gonna need any breakfast then. Nope. Alright then. But make sure that you wash them before you eat. Okay. As Naruto went to his room, and after doing so what he was told, he sat down with a huge bowl of berries that he has picked out. As suddenly, Naruto then said to himself, Yeah, fine, you can eat it. I mean, calm down, you big fox. Why are you so hungry always? As now we go to Naruto's mindscape, where we see Kyuubi, somewhat active and happy that the kid has finally found something useful for the first time, was eager to eat some berries because it has been a long time since he has eaten those. Come on, kid. Just switch bodies with me. I promise I will eat only, okay? And leave some for you, like last time you did so. First I'm gonna eat. No fair, kid. I'm older than you. Jeez, always pulling up that card, aren't you? Fine, but you better leave some berries for me. Alright, I will. As the body was switched, Kyuubi then smirked. Leave only the purple berries for you. Oi, those are the sour ones. Haha, too late. I will fulfill my promise and eat the berries, as that is what Kyuubi did. And after that we see Kyuubi, being generous enough, left some of the red berries, which were quite sweet, as Naruto with a pout had to eat the sour berries and somewhat sweet ones. As after eating that, Naruto then said, Oh god, I feel stuffed. As he laid down there, still in the morning. As Kyuubi on the other side was happy as he had gotten the taste of the berries after such a long time. Kyuubi still reminisced how in the hell things come to this, and then he remembered how it was 4 years ago when a 4-year-old Naruto, being the adventurous spirit he was, couldn't sleep that night until when he accidentally jumped up too high because of boredom. The shelf up there hit his head and he passed out, somehow finding himself into his own mindscape, and there is where he met the huge fox behind the bars. As Naruto curiously then said, hello? Who are you? As Kyuubi raised an eyebrow, knowing fully well that Naruto was not aware of who it was, and what it was, tried to play him at first. I am your imaginary friend. I am your mind, kid. Wait, really? That's so cool! I have a huge cool fox who is like so huge and has so much beautiful 9 tails as my spirit animal. Spirit animal? Yes, spirit animal. As QB, even though it was a fox, was quite happy hearing those compliments, knowing fully well that the kid was innocent and was saying it from its heart because it could read emotions. So, just to test the things out from an old age, which he has never done, he began to connect with Naruto and talk with him. And soon time began to pass by as he put it up Naruto to shenanigans in the name of adventure, and to his surprise Naruto listened to him, and soon both of them were now quite close. As now in the future we see that Kurama was quite protective over of Naruto and even have told him his whole true name. But Naruto still preferred Kyuubi-san because it was easy to remember, much to dismay of Kurama. So that is why he was dubbed as Kyuubi-san. As Naruto then fell asleep after that, and it was in the afternoon that he woke up. Oh no, Obachan is gonna kill me! Well, sucks to be you then, kid. You should have stayed awake. Kurama, you promised that she will wake me up. She'll beat me now. You know how much it hurts when she bonks you on your head? Not my problem, kid. You better get going or otherwise... As the door opened, Naruto, I have been waiting downstairs for you in the backyard for our training today. Again, you are late. Wait, don't tell me you eat all those berries and went to bed. Yes? Geez, kids your age might have sugar rush and couldn't sleep a wink. And on the other side, you after eating so much sweet went to sleep? What are you, an old man or something? Geez, Bachan, you don't have to be so mean. Alright, fine then. Let us begin. As 8-year-old Naruto went with Tsunade to train, because Tsunade was training him in her 100 healing marks and healing arts because she knew she needed an apprentice to pass down her whole techniques, and Naruto was the best option she got because Naruto's chakra control was just otherworldly, even surpassing her, as she might have said. But that was not all. Kushina, while teaching in her own days off, had found out something interesting about Naruto. She could use adamantium chains or Uzumaki chains as a defensive mechanism, but Naruto was different. His Uzumaki chains came out from the palm of his hands with a huge amount of chains and weapons attached to the front, whichever Naruto wanted, whether it be sword, short katanas, or even tri-pronged kunais, which he could use as the form of weapon of his defense and long-range weapon as well, in both offensive and defensive style. And Naruto surprisingly was quite proficient in using them because he just had a kank to use them. And moving onwards, Naruto was also learning about Fuinjutsu and his father's prized jutsu, which was the Rasengan. As Naruto was learning this, we see that after Tsunade's training, Naruto was just tired and out of it. As Tsunade then said, "Well, you did good, kid, but you still need a lot of practice, so why don't you go there and practice over there?" Jeez, Bachan, I'm exhausted. Can't we rest for a bit? No can do, Naruto. You know how things are. You have to train properly, or otherwise I might tell your Kachan, who will ban you from eating ramen for 1 month. Jeez, I hate you. I'm hurt, kid. 1 week ban of ramen. What? Why? Because you hurt my feelings. Jeez, fine. As after that we see Tsunade left with a smirk, as Naruto, getting himself up, cleaning some of his clothes, was walking with a pout, as in his mindscape Kyuubi was roaring with laughter. Geez, what's up with you, Kyuubi-san? Why are you laughing so much? Well, one thing is for sure, kid. It's never boring having you around. You're the very source of my entertainment, so why can't I enjoy this one bit? Geez, you're so mean. As after that we see Naruto went to the other side to train, and as he was training, he went deep into the forest, as he heard something. Wait, did you hear that, Kurama? Kid, whatever it is, don't go there. It's something dangerous. Looks like a shinobi from the nearby village. And you know what your Kachan and Ibachan said, we need to avoid them at all costs. But I need to see, looks like someone is in need of help. Not our problem, Naruto. You better leave whoever it is there. Otherwise trouble will come your way. I can't just leave them like that. As Naruto arrived there to find that Akumo Konoichi was laying there, quite tired and exhausted, as she was wearing a headband, at somewhat his age or somewhat older. As Naruto went near her, as the said girl with blonde hair tied in a ponytail, then said, "Don't come near me. Who are you?" As her nails extended in the form of a weapon as well. As Naruto then said, "Calm down. I just saw you and thought you might need help." "What can you do, kid? We're not that much apart from age, you know. I'm 10. I'm older than you. And you look like what, 6? 8! Hey, I'm 8-year-old. Jeez, you're quite short for your age, aren't you?" "I could have laughed if I would have, but because of these wounds I can't," said the said girl, as Naruto went towards her, sat down, and used his healing jutsu to begin to heal the minor wounds and restore somewhat of her chakra. As after that, she stood still as her eyes widened. "Why are you doing this?" "Why shouldn't I? Isn't it a good thing to help out others who are in need?" "Where are you from?" "Nearby. Just, just was trading here and wandering around until I heard something and saw you here. So, how are you feeling now?" "Better, I guess. Thank you." As after the healing was done, we see that the said girl stood up and was surprisingly somewhat taller than Naruto. "See? Told you were quite short." "I'm not that short, thank you very much. Anyways, my name is Naruto. What is yours?" "My name is Yujito ni. I am from Kumo. And thank you for saving me, Naruto," she said. As after that, we see that she left before Naruto could say anything. "Ah, she left? What, you had a crush on her or something, kid? Are you growing soft on me?" "No, god damn it." As after that, we see Naruto turned back, but he and both Yujito remembered each other. As time began to pass by, we see that Naruto reached at the age of 12, and once again he has become somewhat prodigious and even more advanced, as now we see both he and Tsunade were going head to head with strength, as the fist of their own that were about to connect with one another had such pressure and force that the fists wouldn't connect, and the air pressure between them was stopping them, as air in between the punches itself was being ripped apart, a new one, because of the force of the strength behind it. As after getting tired, Naruto was sent again to the timeout zone, or at least that is what it was called in his eyes and Kyuubi's eyes, but in reality it was his training zone to train, as that is where we see Naruto was training on his own, and that is when he had to dodge a few kunais and shurikens, and that is where we see Yujito landed nearby. "Huh, so at least now you can dodge my weapons. Jeez, always you gotta do that, Yujito. Why?" "Well, it's quite fun, and you're on your toes, Naruto. I like keeping people on their toes." Whatever. "So, what brings you here today?" Nothing, was getting bored. Didn't have any mission again, so yeah, I am here." You're a Konoichi, right?" "Yes, I am a Konoichi. Why do you ask?" "Genin as well." "Yes." "And you don't have a team?" "No, my team was killed by a group of bandits the day you saved me, and now I'm put on reserves until a team graduates next year, and I'm placed with them." Sucks to be that then, huh? "Hey, at least I'm not in team with you, or am I?" Geez, that hurted a lot. "Hey, I'm sorry, okay? I didn't mean that way." "Ha, got you there, didn't I?" said Naruto, as both of them pranked each other like this and had just a good time. And Yujito surprisingly felt open up near Naruto whenever she was around, because otherwise she would just keep to herself and remain stoic. But around Naruto, she was like a bubbling personality of somewhat different from the normal Yujito. As after the evening came and Naruto returned back, and so did Yujito, we see that Yujito, while returning back to her apartment, was talking to someone that was not visible. Turns out that she was also a Jinchuriki of the Two-Tails Matatabe the cat, as Matatabe was speaking from within. "Listen to me, kitten. He's a good catch, and he can make a nice mate for you. So what's wrong here? He's younger than me, and by 2 years gap, Matatabe. And I don't think that he's interested in me, anything aside from a friend. Says who? Give him enough time. You have the charm. He will be interested in you in no time. I don't know, Matatabe. As after that we see another year passed, and the finally day came that Naruto was prepared to return back to Konoha. And as he was about to return, we see Naruto standing there at his usual place. As Matatabe was about to prank him the same way, she stopped as she saw the expression on Naruto's face. As she jumped on, "What is it, Naruto?" "Oh, not the usual prank, huh, Yushito?" "Yes, I thought something was up. What is it? You can tell me. I promise I'll keep it a secret." I'm leaving this place." "What? What do you mean you're leaving?" "My family, my mother and my bachan and I, we're going back to our village." "Your village? Where? Don't you live in the cornfield country village nearby?" "No. It was our, at least I thought, permanent home, but it wasn't. I learned a lot of things last night when I reached the 13 mark. And I have to go back to my home. I have to meet the other half of my family." "Half of your family? What, you split up or something?" "Kind of, yeah. I mean, they died when I was born. My twin brother, my father. It's time we paid them a visit and finally go home." As Matatabe was quite sad for her, well, used to, because she could feel her emotions as her heart sank a lot. "So, we might not meet again." "I don't know. Maybe we will. Can we stay friends if I tell you something? Promise me this." "I promise, Naruto. Nothing would change. Even after you tell me that secret, whatever you're going to tell. I'm from Konoha, actually." As your story is an eyebrow. So, but don't you hate Konoha?" "No, that's Eva's." "Oh, sorry, my geography was quite bad." Wow, that takes a lot out of my chest. Thanks, Yushito." "No, Naruto, you know you're quite weird, but I like you like that," said Yushito as it slipped out of her mouth as Naruto blushed, and so did she. I didn't mean it. I mean, I do," said Yushito as she calmed her nerves and steeled herself. As Naruto blushed even more as he said, "What? What do you mean?" I like you, Naruto, a lot. And in the same way that you're thinking, romantic way, not as a friend anymore." As she came closer to Naruto until she captured his lips. As she then said after breaking the kiss, I'll be waiting for you here, okay? And I'll wait for your answer as well." As Naruto instantly then said, "Yes, I guess," as he was blushing badly. As Yushito, still somewhat taller than Naruto, then smirked. I have myself a little man." As Naruto blushed and pouted badly. Oi, I'll grow up than you. You'll just wait and see." "Of course you will. But until then," as she picked him up with a tight hug, as Naruto rested above her moans, with a huge blush on his face, as she chuckled, "You'll be like this, staying with me. But I have to leave." "Ah, shucks, but can you remain here today?" "Well, yeah, I guess." Unknown to both of them, Kushina and Tsunade has been watching their interactions over the course of years and were giggling like fangirls, much to Shizune's dismay. As back at home, after seeing this through their clones, we see that both of them were again giggling, while Shizune then said, "You know, he's gonna hate you once he find out that you have been aware of his secret the whole time." "Well, when that time comes, we'll blame it on you, Shizune, because you're the one who told us about this all." "What? No, you better not." "Then it better remains a secret." As she then sighed, as her pet pig Tauntaun then said nothing more than his yipping sound. As after that, the day came and they finally parted, and Naruto looked somewhat sad as Kushina decided to tease him. "What, miss your home already?" Yeah, you can say that. Or was it a girl that you missed?" Said Tsunade, as Naruto blushed and was somewhat fearful. No, what gave you that idea? I was busy training there. Okay then, if you say so. But if you ever find a girl, especially a blonde one, then yeah, I prefer blonde ones because they have a nice hair. Then you have my blessings. The Tsunade, as Naruto blushed even further. Oh damn, they're hitting very close to the mark, Kurama. Jeez, kid, they know. What? No, that can't be. They can't know. I mean, I made sure that nobody followed me. Yeah, you better think that all the you might. As finally we see that, the journey continued with a little bit of teasing until they finally returned. And as they set foot inside, Naruto and Kushina were greeted by a lot of people, a lot of her older friends. And so was Naruto. And then, after greeting and meeting everyone, she arrived at a graveyard where she met her husband and her son. Naruto, always hearing the stories about his father and his brother, who died unfortunately the day he was born the same day. And the day their father died, arrived there as well, as he had tears in his eyes, feeling that he too has lost a lot. Because even if he was born that day, he has lost his twin, his other half, and his father. And after that we see the three of them settled down in Konoha, as Naruto was sent to academy, and within that day Naruto passed the exams and was placed in Team 7 after passing the test as well. Thanks to Sasuke this time around not being an emo brat, he listened to Naruto's words because Naruto what said had a lot of logic to it, and Sakura, being the fangirl, agreed to Sasuke's words as well, as the three of them coordinated attacks to Kakashi and were able to take back the belts and become the Team 7. But that was not all. They began to do their D-rank missions and went on to become the strongest and the most formidable team to do so most of the D-rank missions. 400 D-rank missions, all thanks to Naruto, and his unsatiable source of interest, even finding the basic interest in the basics of the most basic things. And soon after that he went on to do a lot of C-rank missions, but then came one of the C-rank mission which was about to turn into a hell. It was about to deliver a bridge builder back to his home and in the village known as the Land of Waves. As their travel journey began, Naruto, using his adamantium chains, was able to counter back the demon brothers who came up and saved their sensei in time, while Sasuke used a huge katon jutsu, and Sakura was in a defensive state with kunais towards their employer, as Naruto and Sasuke alongside Kakashi charged and took them down. And soon after they arrived at the gates of the Land of Waves, huge thick mist surrounded them, as Kyuubi informed them, "It's laced with chakra, Naruto, watch out! Something is coming towards you," as Naruto informed everyone, and used his adamantium chains to grab the sword and twist itself around for some time before swinging and throwing the sword back at full force, as Naruto was exhausted because of the usage of continuous adamantium chains so far, as the said sword embedded itself right next to the said man, grazing his cheek as a huge amount of blood came out of it, as Zabuza's eyes were widened, as he then smirked and said, "You win, kid. You showed me something interesting." And Uzumaki, who uses his defensive chains as something else. My god, and I thought I seen it all. You'd shown me something interesting, kid, and because of that I respect you, and I'm gonna let you live. And you should find this lucky old man and tell them the truth of who is my employer and who sent me after you. As after that, Tazuna revealed everything, and the team still decided to help them out. And after that, all hell broke loose when a huge amount of goons and Kato himself came. But Zabuza was nowhere to be seen this time around, as he has left, as he respectfully accepted his defeat. And Naruto, with the help of Kurama, was able to defeat him with the help of usage of his adamantium chains, swinging them like they were blades of chaos from Kratos, left and right, causing huge amount of mayhem. But his soul was switched with Kyuubi because Kyuubi thought that Naruto was still not ready to take the first life, so he, who has taken millions, he could add some of them to the arsenal. And Kakashi, who had the Sharingan hidden, could sense that the chakra was shifted from Naruto's familiar chakra signature to another ominous familiar one, Kyuubi. As now, once everything was settled, we see that Naruto, with slits in his eyes and red glowing eyes, looked towards Kakashi. What is it, Kakashi? You afraid or something? Before Kyuubi returned back as Naruto came out, as Kyuubi was holding his ass off. Damn, you idiot Kyuubi-san. Look at what you have done. You have killed so many people. Again. Jeez, I only kill bandits and bad people, as you said, and they were going to do a lot of bad things to your team. Or would you rather have them do that? No, I'm grateful you saved them. As after that, once they returned, they were hailed as the heroes of the Land of Waves, and they returned with a piece of treachery as well. The Konoha populace, as well as everyone else, was quite happy with Naruto's personality, a complete blend between Minato and Kushina, and he had a heart big as any other that nobody has seen, being able to help out even in the time of need to the most basics of person who would have been ignored otherwise. So that is why his whole village loved him, and even the civilian council pushed him to be the next Kage if possible, as the 5th Hokage. But seeing that how he was young, even though he was quite mature for his age, they decided to put him on hold because Itachi, he was the next nominated one, and he was going to be the next Kage. As back at home, we see that Sasuke and Fugaku were discussing about Naruto as Itachi came in and sat down. As he then said, Father, I think that Naruto will be a better Hokage than me if he is trained properly. You can take him in as an apprentice, and until then he can be your shadow, like I was to Minato. And after you have guided him completely and have fulfilled your Kage duties, you can pass it on to Naruto when he reaches of the age. So you do agree with my thoughts? Of course I do, son. His father, he has done a lot for us. It was because of his sacrifice and him specifying even at his death that it was not the Uchiha's fault that Konoha was in such a state. Our clan was saved from a lot of hatred and unnecessary bloodshed. To this day I am grateful for that. My clan is still well respected because of that man's sacrifice and what he has done for us, and we have still been alive. As after that we see the Kage ceremony came and Itachi was placed as the next Hokage, the first Uchiha to become the 5th Hokage of Konoha, and under Itachi's regime the said village became much more stronger, not only in shinobi statistics but in civilians as well, as the economy rose and the defense mechanism was quite enhanced because Naruto, now being his apprentice, was learning a lot from him. As everything was going greatly, the shadows began to rise again from the past. We see that from afar, 2 figures was watching all of this. So should we gather everything now that he is back? Obito. Yes, gather the Akatsuki. We will invade with the help of Orochimaru. The Chunin exams are nearing in now, as Itachi has announced that this time Konoha will be hosting this, and even the likes of Iwa will be participating from all the way to Kumo. So it is up to us to give them the show that they all want. Quite a nice idea, but what makes you think that Orochimaru will agree? He wants to get revenge on Hiruzen Sarutobi. Tell him that we will allow him to do so and get him the chance, and while he can take as much as scrolls as he want, all we want is the Bijus that are gathered there, because that is all we need. Correct. This will be the perfect thing for us to do so, and the perfect alliance. And soon after that, as the Chunin exams begin, as the teams from all other elemental nations begin to draw and pour in Konoha, we see that so did the Akatsuki under the hidden guises, and Orochimaru and his village also participated. And finally, as the second part of the exams went by, Naruto and his team, leaving and leading to a different direction because of Naruto's stealth-like regime, finally arrived at the preliminary rounds. As everything was going great, Naruto's first opponent turned out to be none other than Yuzito, who was pissed. As Naruto stood there, "Hi, Yuzito-chan. You have a lot of nerve, Naruto. Why did you not even write to me a single time? Begin!" As both of them began while talking loudly, as Naruto continued to apologize while she continued to yell at him. and confront him about not keeping in contact. We see that the whole audience was shocked, as they were enjoying popcorn, and more so ever were Kushi and Sonari themselves, much to everyone's shock. This is good, much more than better than any other soap opera that I've watched. As QB was hauling his ass off inside because he was enjoying every minute of it, and so was Matatabe. This was goldmine. As after that we see Naruto was able to do a leg sweep, and Yushito was caught in it as she fell down. As Naruto then said, grabbing her by both of the arms and pinning her down to the ground, "Please listen to me. I apologize, okay?" "Then do it." Do what?" he said Naruto with blush, as she blushed a little and said, "Kiss me then." "Here? Right now?" "Yes!" As Naruto tried to, but he couldn't, as Yushito grabbed his face and kissed him instead, as everyone began to gasp and laugh then. But the laughter was roaring from Kushina and Sonari as everyone began to clap at that. As at the Kage booth we see Itachi with the raised eyebrow, and so was A. "Huh. Well, now I know what B was hiding, as B too has been aware of Yushito's, endeavors, and was happy as he giggled. "Told ya, ya fool," as he was punched by A. "Don't call me that. I am a Kage here, you idiot." As after that we see both A and Itachi then discussed. "It seems that Raikage-sama, there is a new alliance that is forming." "Huh. Well, I guess we as well then join in if we all are going to be allied. Aside from the non-aggression deal that we all had, how about an all-out alliance to support each other as well?" said Oniki. Hiruzen then stood up and said, "You know what, Oniki? We might have our differences, but you are right. It is time that we finally put the old skirmishes and the past to finally rest and focus on the future." "You're right, Hiruzen. I've seen a lot in my old life, and I don't think it is worth that the future generation carry our hatred for us any longer." "Then, alliance it is then." Now, unfortunately, Orochimaru, who was hearing this in the form of the Suna's Kage, the Kaze Kage, Rasa, was quite nervous. "What about you, Rasa?" "Oh, he's not gonna answer," said Itachi instantly. As instantly the Genjutsu was broken because of Itachi's Sharingan activating. As everyone was shocked, "Orochimaru!" I knew you were here, Orochimaru. What have you done to Kazekage?" "I killed them and used their means to attack you. Me and the Akatsuki are here, and we're gonna attack and steal all the Jinchurikis while I kill Hiruzen and take the scrolls." As everyone's eyes widened, the Akatsuki, the mercenary group? Why would they want Bijus? To revive the Ten Tails, obviously. As Orochimaru's eyes widened, why was he speaking all the truth? He didn't want it to tell anyone. As Itachi smirked, "I have manipulated that genjutsu that only you will speak truth, because to you, you are lying to us, but in reality you are telling the truth to us as well." After that, Orochimaru sent out the signal as the whole Akatsuki descended down upon them and attacked them. As everything was going in hay, as Naruto and Yushito tried to get away from them, as Naruto was captured first as he threw away Yushito. As from his hands extended adamantium chains that he began to swung by, as it had face first towards Sasori as he broke all of its puppet, and finally the final form of its puppet as well, freeing his soul from it, which meant killing it. As the fight continued on, as Naruto then faced off against none other than Idara, the clay bomb user. As the other Kages also joined the battle against the Akatsuki, as Naruto, Akatsuki member, and the Kages by his side were now fighting them off, and the other Jinchurikis also joined in the battle because they were not going down without a fight. The Akatsuki didn't anticipated that the five nations will work together, as their Jonin shinobis, all of them, begin to form alliances and work together as one. They were all cornered. They couldn't do anything. But that is when we see the Mars person dropped his mask, revealing himself to be Obito Uchiha. As from both of his palms came out two eyes, as his body began to change and turned complete white, morphing into something else. As it then revealed itself, "My name is Ishiki Otsutsuki." And from this day onward, think as of yourself under a new management. As suddenly they all felt huge amount of pressure as they were face faulted instantly to the ground. They couldn't even move. What the hell is this? As they tried to get up but they couldn't. And that is when Kurama then said, Naruto, that is an Otsutsuki. We can't go against it. As Naruto on the other side, as the killer intent much was released by the Ishiki, couldn't move. As that is when we see Kurama then said, Naruto, remember the thing I told you that if you use, there's a high chance that I might die? No, you can't mean that, Kurama. Yes, that is the only way. You might have a way. We have to use that mode. Baryon mode. That is the only way to help out here. As that is when they heard a voice. Kurama is right, my son. That is the only way. As time seemed to stop down as Naruto stared inside his mindscape with Kurama. But the plane was different, as there stood other Jinchurikis and their Bijus as well. You all have to use your Baryon mode, but here, as he made some hand seals, as the Bijus began to glow for a bit until they settled down. What happened? You all now have unlimited amount of my chakra. You cannot die. Even with an ounce of chakra, you can revive yourself. So you all must enter Baryon mode. Become one with your Biju and defeat Ishiki Otsutsuki, the strongest Otsutsuki out there. As knowing what they all had to do, they all agreed. When they tapped into this power, Ishiki didn't anticipate that. As all of the Jinchurikis rose, as Naruto was in a new state of power, as everyone watched in awe, as the other Jinchurikis also rose as well. Even Gaara, the mad Jinchuriki, as all of them attacked with blitzing speed, fussing and whizzing through everyone, as Ishiki was punched by Gaara and thrown in the air with the sand punch. As up in the air, Matatabe arrived, jumping on air and kicking him with an axe kick, sending him downwards. As that is when the three-tailed Isebu used a huge water cannon to blast him to the other side, where the four-tailed huge gorilla literally smashed him down to the ground with a combined fist attack, as Ishiki was having the smackdown of his life. And that is when the five-tailed dolphin horse picked him up and threw him into the air at blinding speeds with a buck kick. And acid bubbles were launched at him in the form of acid rain bubbles from the six tails. As a seven-tailed beetle with Fu then arrived, using his golden dust to cause huge amount of infectious and burning his skin, as he was in deep pain. And that is when the eight-tailed Yuki fired huge amount of blasts from his mouth. And that is when Naruto arrived in the air and used all of his strength to send a punch to his face, causing him to fly like a rocket and crash down to the other side. As the Akatsuki which have been absorbed by him were now working like nothing else, and Ishiki was in the form of its weakest state, close to being defeated, as the others stood watched in awe and amazement. The Jinchurikis, they're combining their strength with their bijus. But how is this possible? As every Kage, even Kushina and Tsunade were shocked, as both of them watched this standing still. As Naruto then landed nearby him, Rasengan glowing in his hand as he looked down at him with his narrowed eyes. What do you want from us? This chakra that you use, it doesn't belong to you. What makes you think it does? Why do you use it? You have no right to. And yet, you use it like you own it. That is what I hate about you all. That is why I am here to take it back. And what makes you think that we can give you back? Not like we can have any other choice. It is a part of our life. And do you think I care? Once you kill me, more will come. Then we'll deal with them together as well. By the blessing of Sage, we will. As that is when in front of them the sage appeared. You have done all well. As the sage then used his own Otsutsuki skills to turn him into a chakra fruit. Here, as he split them up into 9 parts, consume this. All of you. 1 piece each. As all of them did so, as this felt a surge of power from within, Now all of you are somewhat Otsuzukis and can use this mode without any consequences. If the other Otsuzukis arrive, you all have to be together in order to protect one another and your homeland. As you look towards the Kage and the people watching this all and hearing this with shock, I gave this world chakra so that it could grow peaceful and become closer to one another. But all you did was use it as a weapon and fight each other to assert dominance. And I'm disappointed. To be honest, at one point I even supported Madara into destroying you all. But believe me when I say this. Once I found out about the prophecy about this, the 9 pillars of world coming together, I knew damn well that this world needed hope. And still had some hope. These people that you see in front of you are your hope. Come together as one. Please. Be together there for one another. Put aside your hatred. This power is a blessing, not a curse. Don't turn into a curse. Please. As all of them obliged, and the 5 Kages as well bowed down and said, "We vow to you, Sage. We will bring peace and prosperity to our nations, and unite it as one. And the 9 pillars will hold it together as one," said Naruto, as everyone agreed, standing there. As their barrier mode deactivated, all of their ones, as they were happy to still have their friends close to them. Thanks, Kurama. And that was a close call, wasn't it? You got that right, kid. That sure as hell was a close call. As on the other side, we see that Naruto was happy as he was hugged by his mother, his girlfriend now, and his Bachan. You gave us quite a scare, kid. Don't you dare do that again. I guess you're right. I won't. As after that, time began to pass by, and the world with the words of Sage became together. And the 9 pillars, as they were called, the 9 Jinchurikis, were also now allied and trained together as well as one family. As for Naruto and Yujito, both were now madly in love and were now married as well as years went by. As Naruto was 20 and Yujito was 22, and they both have a daughter named Kayomi and a son who was just born. He named Menma, much to Kushina's happiness and dismay, as he was an exact replica of Menma and resembled a lot Naruto, who resembled his father. As Kushina, now a grandmother, was happy, and so was Tsunade, being a great grandmother, as the whole world was at peace. And the Otsuzukis, knowing that the strongest one has fallen, did not dare to go near that world any longer. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this movie off, guys. I hope you liked this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!